Hello and welcome, everybody. I'm Tina Marie St. Cyr, and thanks for watching the informational call about Abolish Your Inner Saboteur, the weekend that's coming up this October, just a few weeks away. It's October 17th, 18th, and 19th, and we'll be talking about that tonight. So the reason why you're here and the reason why you've been either invited to watch it or you found a way to say, I'm curious about this, is because tonight what we're going to be talking about is what to expect in the weekend, who attends, why they attend, what do they get out of it, and just to answer your questions. You also have an invitation toward the end of this call with a link to join me for a private one-on-one, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. If you have additional questions or you say, I just want to tell you my private story, and you can tell me if you think that I'm really right and ready to be at the event. So that's why we put this call together, to answer all your questions. So thank you. And I want to give a warm welcome and a thank you to my love, Jackie St. Cyr. Hi, Jackie. And Veronica McPherson, who's joining us, obviously, from the Golden Gate Bridge.
Obviously.
Obviously, yes. You're so adventurous. I love it. So Abolish Your Inner Saboteur was produced and started about 12 years ago. It was in 2012, actually. So if I do math, 13 years ago. And it was a one-night event. In fact, Jackie, you remember this. It was like, what, 4 hours that night, where we would gather people and we guide them through understanding what are their limiting beliefs, what are things that feel consciously or unconsciously in the way. And I help them to surface those things. And then literally, no doubt, this is a huge claim and it works, is abolish that inner saboteur. You at least change the fabric of it and the energy of it so that you can conquer it and now be on top of anything that would be intrusive thoughts, things that feel like they're in the way. Hesitation, procrastination, frustration, guilt, regret, all those things that we do not want to live our life as, and the formulas, strategies, and tool sets that the participants learn in the Abolish Weekend helps them annihilate it. So it was a Friday night, and people got amazing benefits from that. In fact, I remember, and Jackie, you'll remember this, there was a gentleman named Michael that attended, and that week he had been laid off. And Jackie gave him the invitation, just show up to this thing. You had nothing to lose, right? And everything to gain. And so he showed up and he went through the process. There's a part of that, the ending process, that is called your compelling vision. And he was invited to write this compelling vision. Now, I didn't know what he was writing. It was very sacred and intimate and personal to him. However, he wrote out his vision, and it was to get this ideal job that he'd been vying for and wanting in his heart of hearts. And since he was laid off, he was now on the market. And they called him that next Monday, right after he was laid off, and he got the job. And it was magical. He wrote me this long handwritten note of how amazing it was. And then later, just like about 10 years later, I saw him at a restaurant. We saw him at a restaurant, and he said that that was a changing point for his life. So that's one of thousands of feedbacks and testimonials that we get. However, Abolish has moved from just that Friday night, because I had so much more to bring, and I carefully constructed things that flow and integrate and work even more magically. It moved from being a Friday night to a Saturday, a Friday and a Saturday. And then it moved from being a Friday and a Saturday now to a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And it's a full weekend, because think about it. The things that are in our way, or even the ones we don't know or are consciously in our way, have been stacking and putting themselves inside of our thinking, inside of our lives and our experiences for years. And so I need more time with you to shift and have these new technologies literally go into your mind and your being and the fabric of who you are, so that whenever you emerge out of the weekend, you're transformed. That's my goal, my want, as your facilitator and your trainer, and the person who has taken this divine calling. And I call people and put their souls in the room, because you're very important to me. Whoever's watching this, you're extremely important to me and important to us. You've got 3 team members here on the call tonight, lending their energy, because they know that the magic happens, that the people that become the participants in this Abolish are absolutely transforming their lives. Whatever you bring in, it definitely works. So I wanted to ask Jackie or Veronica or even Shanita, if you have any input while I take a little pause here and gather my thoughts. And I'm also going to share a screen. Any thoughts about what I said or what your experience has been with Abolish? Jackie, yes.
Yes, I was there for the first Abolish, which was a Friday night.
And it's been incredible to see the growth of the program and to see how many lives over the years have completely changed. People come and they get empowered, and they, just like they do with Tina Marie's coaching, but at a totally new level. They start doing things that they've always wanted to do. They start a business they've always wanted to start. They transform a relationship. They transform their body. And
Mhm.
it's pretty awesome to see. So whatever it is that your dream is, it can happen. And there's so much to gain from the weekend. It's incredible. So I
Yeah,
think everybody on the planet should do it. We'd be in a lot better place.
I'd love everybody on the planet to be able to do this. Veronica, did you have anything to share before I go on? Whatever's coming through your heart.
Right now, it was really hard for me to go into Abolish because I had so many lack mindsets and found out that I lived in quite a few of those little boxes we talked about during Abolish. I
Yeah.
am still working on trying to get out of some of those boxes, and sometimes it is hard to move forward. But I think that having our group and being able to have that group chat and talk to each other and kind of ping pong off each other, it truly, truly helps.
Yes. Awesome. Well, thank you for sharing that.
Are you
That's
taking it again?
Yes,
Mhm.
And are you sharing it with other people?
yes.
Awesome.
Thanks.
That's great.
Um, Another thing that Veronica's alluding to is that once you've come through Abolish, you're part of our graduates and you're part of a community of people that are all dedicated to living better, right? And I think we
Yeah.
need that in this world. We need people that aren't easily offended. They want to live from their positivity and the contribution that they can bring to the world, and then live into that genius that we all possess, our own genius. And sometimes it takes a lot of courage and energy to dive into that, maybe letting things go that are in the way. Completely courageous. And so after Abolish, you have so much support. It's ongoing. And then you get invited to play on team. So you do get me and our master trainers behind the scenes for 4 months leading up to the next Abolish, if you so choose, to help you with your life. And then you've got the amazing community around it. So thanks, Veronica.
Thank you.
It's been life-changing for me. And I don't think I'll ever stop doing this one event because it's
I hope you don't.
I want to say that there was this family that came and they told me it was like 10 years of therapy in one weekend. And they're like, I wish and not to offend any therapist, I have a therapist, I love her. The technologies that I share that I developed to help me out of my own very dark place in my life, extremely dark. And I was stuck beyond stuck. I was so stuck. I was book smart, but not apply it smart. I don't know if you can resonate with that. Sometimes we'll listen to podcasts, read books, go to programs, but we're not applying it into our lives. And whenever we reach this precipice of, okay, I can't do this anymore like this, it takes sometimes maybe a rock hits us or the proverbial brick hits us. Well, it took a chunk of the I-10 freeway to wake me up. And what I did after that was I can't live like this anymore. And my big why, like we need leverage, my big why were my children. And I knew if I kept modeling this, they would be this. And I'm like, oh God, I can't do this to them. And I couldn't do this to myself any longer. And so I'm grateful for that day. And everybody reaches those days on their own at their own time in the seasons of their life. But I took these technologies and I applied them. I was my first experiment for many years. And then I had a couple guinea pigs that willingly said, teach me what you've done. You're different. What's happening? And I remember I presented at a Unity. In fact, Roseanne, you may have been there. I don't know. I did a Unity breakfast for ladies. And the talk was called High Sexy and Other Messages from the Mirror. And I taught about the empowerment of self-esteem and, how we have patterns where we let ourselves go. We don't listen to our truth. We don't know how to use our courageous voice or courageous thinking. And after that, I had 2 people sign up to work with me. And I watched these very technologies that you'll get in the weekend transform 2 women's lives like overnight. And I was like, there's something to this. And I had written a book called High Sexy and Other Messages from the Mirror. And this, Abolish Saboteur, was one chapter in the whole book. But more people kept wanting more of this. And I'm like, well, why don't I just do a workshop just on Abolish? And that's where it birthed. And these technologies and the human dynamics that are in here transform families. It's healed people from divorce, the edge of divorce, and now they're magically, I mean, these couples that have come through this are some of the strongest couples I know. It has helped people heal their families, heal from trauma, like deep, deep trauma. There was this one lady who came through, oh, bless her heart. She had been very brutally raped and was carrying that. You'd imagine. I mean, it was awful to hear how it was affecting her mentality, her emotions, and then the trust of life itself. And she came through there, and boy, the release that she experienced, she was night and day different. And to this day, she's living her dream life. She's free. And there's just so many stories I can tell you. I mean, it's endless. So why would somebody come? If you're ready to launch into your next version of life and you're just saying, I'm tired of living whatever this way, it could only be like one little way in your life that you're knowing that feels stuck. Come to Abolish. Maybe you're saying, I want to uncover, I'm courageous and I want to uncover whatever's unconsciously in a way. I want to know what it is. Show me. These systems work for that. Maybe you want to heal trauma, setbacks, guilt, just fear that you know that you're living with or under. This weekend is for that. So we have people from all walks of life. In fact, in this particular training, we already have two 15-year-olds. We have a 17-year-old, an 18-year-old, and a 19-year-old. Then this is not a whole teen thing. What I love about that is their parents have been through the program and their parents want their children to have this. And so the youngest that we'll take are 14-year-olds, and the parents have to either be in the training at the same time or have taken it recently and be playing on team. So what else can I say? There's so many tangible results. Shanita, is she bowed out?
No, I'm
No,
still
she's
here.
there.
There you are, dear. Would you love to share some of your wisdom of what you had so much I love the energy you brought into Abolish, and I loved your shares and what you were taking away. So I didn't know if you'd love to share some things that you could say to anyone watching this replay of this video.
Definitely abolishes, everybody needs to go through that at least once because we've been programmed from birth to abolish ourselves. I think it's subconscious programming. So we don't believe in ourselves. We don't believe in our inner power. We don't believe in our divine selves. So when we come together at a seminar such as Abolish, and you have Coach Tina Marie, there facilitating, it helps a lot. You in a room with people who want the same thing for you and themselves. So you let down your guides, and you open up more because nobody's judging you, and we're all looking for our inner power. So, and then afterwards you have a support of some wonderful people, men and women, of course, specifically women. But no, I'm being funny. But we have all of us get together, and it's a must. Everybody needs at least 1 or 2 times your coaching, your program, your seminar, Coach Tina Marie, because we've all been programmed not to believe in ourselves. And this helps us believe that we can do anything we want, whenever we want, if ever we want, when we have support of other humans joining us. It's awesome.
You're a blessing. Thank you so much. And it's absolutely true. We see magic happen. We see businesses birth. We see relationships happen. People meet at Abolish and continue those beautiful friendships and relationships. There's just so much that comes out of it. So I want to give a little insight to those people that are more scientific in their mind. They're going, okay, what is this thing really? So it's based on psychology and it's based on dynamics of how we think and how we choose. So I have a framework called below the line and above the line. We want to live above the line. Above the line is where we have freedom, higher energy. We can hold more perspectives, and we're thinking about meeting the needs of love, connection, growth, and contribution. Whenever we focus on those needs, literally our options open up in life, opportunities find us, and we're in an effortless flow. And I don't know anybody on the planet who would not say, I don't need any more effortless flow. Of course you want effortless flow, right? And so I teach you that. And then like Veronica alluded to, we have something called Saboteur boxes. And so the Saboteur boxes is where we see where we've lost trust and respect in our life. Trust and respect are vital. In fact, we need trust and respect before we'll feel love. And some people say, well, I just want to have more love in your life. No, if you don't have trust of life, if you don't have trust of yourself, you don't have trust of others or the plan you have or the moment you're in, love is not going to penetrate. And if love seems to penetrate, it's a false love. And that's a manipulatable love. And so I help you see where we don't want to live from the boxes being the better than box. And if you've ever known anybody in your life that seems like they just walk around being better than us, it's those people, or people that act like, they're victimized by life. From time to time, we can get there. Yeah, we don't want to live there. And any entitlement or deservingness that we want to meet with a different version of ourselves, or the biggest is the must be seen as box, which is living with a facade, living somebody else's program, living somebody else's expectation, not knowing what your authenticity is. And so if any of that resonates, that's that tool. And then we help you literally alchemize. I like to say alchemize. We take the fuel of pain and we take the container of pain and we make it fuel for your potential and the fuel for your becoming. And you get to design what you want to do with that, just like, where do you want to go? You put fuel in your car, where do you want to drive? So that alchemization of this potential that is inside you, either laying dormant or completely squished, imagine it being free to now go, well, what would I love? What would I love? What do I truly want? That's where most people stall out. They know what they want, or they think they condition mind themselves like, I couldn't possibly have that, or my time's passed me by, or I'm too old, I'm too young, I don't have the right degrees, I'm not married to the right person, I don't live in the right place, until people say this, or until people think this about me, then, that's the sabotaging mind. And so it doesn't have any purpose anymore in your life after this. In fact, it becomes something else that I'm not even going to tell you what it becomes, because I want you to use your curiosity and wow, this sounds interesting, and just leap. Get there. That's all you need to do, is get there. Once you commit, the universe is listening and the transformation begins. So why wouldn't you begin now? Now, I'm going to ask, does anybody have any questions while I pull up my notes? Because some people ask, well, what's the commitment of the time? I'm ready to answer those questions. Where is it? I'm going to tell you that too. And how much does it cost? I'm absolutely going to tell you that. But before I get into what's the time, where's it at, and how much does it cost, does anybody else have any other questions or thoughts? Roseanne, do you have any questions? You're muted. You're muted. You're muted, Roseanne.
No, but I was turning off my timer for my next Zoom call. That's all.
Oh, okay. You got some things stacked and ready to go. Love it. Love it. Well, I'm going to share my screen again and we'll go through the details. And anyone watching the replay, if you have friends that may be interested in this, maybe they just want to have a one-on-one chat with me, I have a link where they can schedule that time. So the details are, one, you get this amazing workbook. The workbook is, you want the workbook. It's really, really good stuff in there. So we start Friday night, October 17th. Wouldn't it be good if I put the dates in that? So October 17th, Friday night. We start at 7. It'll go to about 9:30. The time flies. This is not sit in the seats and take notes. I keep you moving. I keep you participating. The best way we learn is by activity, movement. And I've got magic for you there too. Then Saturday, you come back in the room and we greet you. It's a very energy-rich container. And 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., again, time flies. You get breaks and you have lunch and dinner break. And for those that are coming VIP, you get dinner with me and special guests on Saturday night. And then Sunday, 9 a.m. until 4. And that day is definitely feels like it just, because that's the day of transformation. It's called your warrior day. So we're going to take you from worry to warrior in a weekend. And where is it? It's at the Hilton Posto near the Galleria in Houston, Texas. For my friends that are watching from out of town, we aren't in H-Town, Houston, Texas, HTX. And you can fly into any airport. It's 30 minutes from that, equidistant, no matter which one of our airports you fly into. And the tickets right now are an amazing $295 for the whole weekend. A lot of my friends have said, that's
Crazy.
Ridiculous. That's ridiculous. You need to be spending, charging at least $600 for the base ticket. No, I want you there. And I don't want the saboteur to go, well, I don't know what one of you. Just do it. And if you need payments, you can get payments. My main want for you is to have the transformation. So let's not let money be the obstacle, because somewhere, if money's an obstacle in your life right now, I guarantee you need to be abolished so we can abolish that obstacle out of your life. That's true freedom. And then the VIP, which is the only way to go actually, is $5.95. Now you get 2 coaching sessions in that, one before Abolish, one after Abolish. You get the VIP dinner and a swag bag and premium seating at the event. So that is a true value. And if you want to know more, I'm going to put this in the chat. This is our landing page that is, you know, where people can go to find more and buy the ticket, right? Buy your ticket, get your ticket. Just commit and say I'm in it. So it's in the chat. Oh yes, and I'm speaking at Unity next Wednesday. Thank you, Jackie. I didn't put that out there. And then let me share one more time, because I'm going to give you the other link. And this other link is that if you really are interested and you have more questions, this is a very intimate thing to do personal transformation. It takes trust. It takes courage. And it also takes just being in a level of discontent and longing and frustration to say, I got to do something. And this is as good as anything. But more than that, it's going to be great. So there's a part of you, and I know that part of you because I talk to those parts of people all the time. Whatever it's doing to argue or to defend or to excuse or to build a story around you not being there, that's pure evidence that you need to be there. Right? Because that's the pure evidence that your inner saboteur is very alive and active in keeping you from a transformation that your heart and soul says you definitely want, but more than that need, because the universe has more in store for you. And if there's any blocks in the way, how can the universe use you? How can the universe grace you? How can the universe give you the blessings and the opportunities and the possibilities and the love that you want in your life and the joy that you want in your life if there's any saboteurs in the way? Unconscious, conscious, however it goes down. So that voice inside your head, I'm very intimate with how it operates. If you'd love to have a private one-on-one with me, I'm dropping this link in the chat, and this is how you can book that. And I will answer all your questions, and I'll hear your story, and I'll let you know if you're ready. And if you're not, I'll let you know that too, right? There's some people that they're not ready. And I honor that season of their life, and I give them resources and things to do in this moment. I just go, oh, bye. No, I'm here to help you. And I'm here to guide you and say, well, do this, this, and this. And I'll provide resources because it's my mission in life to have people be happy, fulfilled, and feel this amazing connection to the reason why you were birthed here in the first place. We all have destinies to fulfill, and let's do it together. So thanks for watching. Thanks, crew, for being my little support team here as we build this informational call to the souls that this lands in the inbox of, or this lands in the text messaging of. And we welcome you into the Abolish Your Inner Saboteur container. You're already loved. You're already safe. You're already celebrated. You're already part of us. And thanks for lending your time. One more time I'll ask, does anybody have any other questions or comments that you'd love to add to our little recording here?
No, you've done an excellent job.
Well,
You have actually. So I agree.
We bless them all. We bless everybody who's watching and saying, we'll see you at Abolish.
Yes.
Have a great night, everybody. Thank you. Love you so much.
Thank you.
Bye.
See you soon. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Do that again.
Yes. Bye. Thanks, Roseanne.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Hope to see you at Abolish.
Well, I'm surprised. I got some good information. Thank you.
You'll love it.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.